And with this I would present you some basic ideas, basic elements of the concepts that we are working on with our organization and that are also inspiring this move to propose the establishment of a cluster on United Nations innovation and youth. So the basic idea is that we have global challenges, we need a global challenges response mechanism. United Nations is guiding this, it's of course the main player, but for the time being it is based primarily on national governments, nation states, and as we know, nation states have different financial crunches, budgetary restrictions, and so also the UN system, as it is based primarily on these nation states, is limited in the resources that it has, be it financially, but also in terms of human resources, intellectual resources. And now the idea is that we need new conceptual frameworks, we need new initiatives, we need new visions that help us to mobilize the resources of 7 billion global citizens, that they find themselves responsible, that they understand the connections between their everyday consumption patterns, lifestyle decisions with regard to global challenges. And here we have this graph. You see, we have here very many resources, very relevant resources for the UN system. It's engagement, especially youth engagement. There's social energy, hard power that needs to be channeled, public awareness also towards global challenges, and also social entrepreneurship activities could help a lot in addressing global challenges. And of course global citizens have financial resources and they have the potential to act in a responsible way. As regards funding, one of the big pool of resources that we have in mind are, for instance, the Giving Pledge billionaires from the US. There are now already more than 100 billionaire families in the US inspired and led by Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, which pledged to give back half of their wealth to society till the end of their lifetime. So there are about $500 billion in the room, so to say, which need to be channeled in real social impact investment activities, but there's no real redistribution mechanism, a participatory and decentralized system existing, and we hope to contribute in this respect. So these resources need to be somehow connected with the vision of the United Nations, but for the time being, as I said, we understand the UN system as a national government's issue. This is not enough. Therefore, we have developed the 15-15-15 voluntary commitment, which says that global civil society commits to contribute 15 billion euros and 15 million volunteers by the year 2015 for United Nations-led sustainable development, and requests new forms of participation in exchange. And this needs a lot of knowledge. We need applied systems analysis. We have to understand the global challenges response mechanism as a complex adaptive system, and we need then innovation in our concepts, how we understand global governance, how we understand governance. So that's needed. And we need to integrate individual level, local level, national level, regional and global levels, and the information and communication technologies, especially social media, play a central role. And the idea is now that this cluster on United Nations Innovation and Youth could contribute to bring on board people who work on similar issues, be it in civil society organizations, in academia, in UN organizations, even in business in the context of corporate social responsibility. And somehow this cluster, from the systems logic, it can be compared to the UN Global Compact, because UN Global Compact is an institution, it's a partnership institution, so a new type of UN institution which aims at mobilizing resources from companies, from the business sector, and we are trying to address global citizens, 7 billion global citizens, in the context of their philanthropic engagement, but also in the context of their social entrepreneurship activities. So if we have on the one side people giving away, these giving pledge people giving away their billions. We need on the other side people who are ready to produce social impact, to produce global and local public goods that deserve to be matched with this funding. So here again the formula: global challenges, GloCha cluster on United Nations, innovation and youth, guiding the process of aligning intellectual and financial resources and action of global civil society with the vision, goals and work of United Nations system in the context of our 15-15-15 Rio Plus 20 voluntary commitment. You can find our Rio Plus 20 15-15-15 voluntary commitment on the homepage of the Rio Plus 20 conference. If you enter 15-15-15, it was, as I said, a voluntary commitment. We have deliverables for 2013, 14, 15. The deliverable for this year are 150 songs. It sounds a little bit strange, but our organization has experimented in the context of Rio Plus 20 conference with youth engagement by asking young people to produce music video clips, what their vision for the future is. And this has resonated very strongly with young people from around the world. And we have received 300 songs, and Jean-Paul will tell more about this. But so we say that in order to get the youth aligned with our vision and getting engaged in civic engagement related to UN, music is a very good avenue to do. And then we have for the next year 150 global challenges centers as local level multi-stakeholder partnerships which are connected globally through an information system that we will try to provide as well. And then in 2015, once we have the public awareness, once we have the institutional and informational, technological setting in place, then the pledges of 15 billion euros are expected, and an appropriate documentation system, and 15 million volunteers and endorsing and somehow also documenting all the activities in terms of global citizenship responsibility, Article 29. And as this cluster has on the one hand academic side and this youth and innovation side, it's very appreciated to have Michael here, as your conference, ACON's Vienna UN conference, is really what has taken place 3 years now. It's really an institution already. It's somehow the academic pillar, and we would like to establish with our work an innovation and youth pillar to this cluster and really somehow assume leadership of Vienna and the Central European region and Vienna-based agencies in this field. And I'm happy that you are here to explore what your interests are, whether you could align some activities or at least coordinate, or if you would be even ready to sign some kind of memorandum of understanding with this emerging cluster regarding either the Global Youth Music Contest or regarding resource mobilization or resource absorption. So it's a beginning of a long journey. It is supposed to stay here for the next 300 years, so and this is the first step. And perhaps I give the floor to Jean-Paul first to say a few words about your connection to this, and then if I may, I would ask all of you to say a few words about your connection to the topic of today's meeting.
Okay, can I speak and film myself?
Yeah.
No.
You